boy.
Are we having issues?
It's giving us bandwidth anger. Is your phone on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. It's probably not the cause, but I just like to be certain. I'll make sure that's muted because I don't want to hear it when we start talking. Hello, peeps.
Oh, can this not work without Wi-Fi?
The MacBook?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That needs internet. Yes. Thank you, Michael. Clear it up with the chat. I'm amazed that people are still shocked. Are you using a mouse with an iPad? It's like, it does that.
It can do that.
Yeah, it can. So it's not, that should, like, is that a case on your phone? Is your phone on right now? Okay. We are ready to go. Shall I do the intro?
I want to do this.
Okay, go ahead. Ooh.
What?
The helicopter. We're getting invaded as we speak. Hopefully you don't pick that up. You probably pick up this thing moving 2 microns back and forth. Anyway.
I'll try that again.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Taylor of Talks podcast. My name is Louise Erickson, and I'm your co-host along with my husband, Andrew Erickson.
Hey, good to be here.
Doing?
I'm doing well. Glad we could make this work. We've had a busy day. Yeah. We've had a lot of stuff going on, but I'm glad we can still make time for this. That's always fun. And you're looking awesome. I love this shirt. You don't wear this, or what's it called?
Silk.
Silk? Is that a shirt, or is it a blouse or something?
So,
what is it referred to as?
No, it's like a button-up blouse.
Mm-hmm.
It was given to me by my dad's friend who actually passed away, so it has like kind of sentimental meaning to me.
Okay.
But
it looks nice.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Very soft.
Funeral blouse, I guess. I've never worn it to a funeral, but I like how soft it is.
That would be one to wear to a
funeral. It also gives me Addams Family vibes, kind of. What's that?
Yeah, I could see that.
With, like, the
I could see
part?
it. Oh, I know what you're referring to, but my memory is garbage. Wednesday?
Is her name Wednesday?
I don't remember. I wasn't a very avid fan of, or viewer, I should say, of the Addams Family. Did you watch that a lot?
No, I've never seen it before.
Okay.
I just know the reference.
So we're both in the same.
Also, is it a movie or a TV show? Or both?
I think it could be both. Man, we're talking about the wrong things. This is not what we know a lot about.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, that's what we're good at, talking about things we don't know a lot about.
That's true. And we're going to continue that. Anyway, we need to address something that we've kept glossing over the past couple podcasts. So you were eating some of your deliciously made falafel. And
do I have to relive this?
No, we can skip that topic if you want.
That's okay. We can talk about it. I'm still in the midst of it, though.
Embracing reality.
So, I don't know if you guys know, but I love making falafel, which is this, I think, a Middle Eastern kind of food.
It's delicious.
Made out of chickpeas or garbanzo beans and
you're really good
onion.
at it.
And it's basically like a vegetarian meatball. That's what I would consider it.
Right.
And you dip it in hummus, and it's really good.
Delicious.
So last week, Drew and I were eating falafels, and I heard a crunch, and I just thought, oh, that must have been like a crunchy falafel.
Yeah.
Turned out, while I was eating my falafel, I chipped my tooth, and that crunch was actually my tooth, and I ended up swallowing that chunk of my tooth. So I don't know where it is. Somewhere in my digestive system, I guess.
Did it hurt when you bit down, or did it just feel like you were biting any other crunchy food?
Yeah, it just felt like that.
Weird. I've never had that happen to me before.
Well, that's good.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
it'll happen eventually.
My back tooth was weak because I had fillings recently done like a couple months ago.
Oh, okay.
And like, they have to scoop out all the decay and stuff. And so it was just like a shell of a tooth.
Right.
Shell of a man. And I guess, it was like my back tooth. The inner part of my tooth had chipped. So then there was this jagged edge where my tongue was resting. And it just hurt afterwards.
It was really sharp.
Yeah.
I looked in your mouth. I could see it.
Didn't you feel it too?
Well, I don't know if I felt it, but... Oh, yeah, I did. You guided my finger in there. You were like, that was super sharp. I'm amazed you...
It was basically a tiny canyon in my mouth.
Yeah.
That was cutting my tongue up.
How did you tolerate that? It looked like very painful on your tongue.
Yeah, I don't know. Your tongue, like, if it's exposed to sharpness, it kind of calluses over and then becomes tougher. But
yikes, that's not fun.
Yeah, that was like really bad news this week. We've been dealing with a lot. So I went to the dentist, and it was like they quoted me over $1,000 to get what's called a crown put in.
Oof.
So they like drill your teeth.
Was it over 1,000?
Well, insurance paid for some of it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
But yeah, 1,000 to put a crown on, and I guess that's the price of royalty.
You are
to
a
be
queen.
this queen.
She already has a lot of crowns because she is royalty.
Oh.
But we need to add one more for the teeth because now her teeth are royal as well.
Royal teeth.
Yeah.
Royal teeth.
Royal teeth, exactly.
It's better than Bluetooth, I guess.
You're still not done with the process, right? You've got part of it done.
So I got the mouth shots and everything, and then they drilled my teeth, but I have a temporary crown. I haven't fully dethroned the queen yet, so I need to steal her crown. In like a month. I have to go back to the dentist and get the official one, which is actually made out of ceramic.
Really?
Is that what your phone is made out of?
Tooth edition. No,
Tooth edition,
but there have been Apple Watches and phones made of ceramic.
Yes, so that will be inside my mouth.
It's an interesting material.
Forever.
Wow.
What is ceramic, anyways? Is that
I don't know.
Natural? No, I think it's man-made. Right?
It probably is man-made. I can't think of a rock that's ceramic. It's probably some kind of smelting process I don't know much about. Once again, us pondering things we know nothing about.
Maybe it's like granite.
What is ceramic?
Granite?
Yeah, I know plates are made of ceramic, but I don't know how those plates are made.
Molds? Must be like melted or something.
Melted? Is it a kind of metal? It's
Not
made
metal.
It's made from clay, apparently.
Oh, is it?
That's what Michael's telling us. But
you guys, it's too soon to review falafel on Taylor's Food. I just went through this traumatic experience, and you want
are you
going
to be scarred from falafel from now on? Are you going to even try to eat it?
I just love it so much. I don't know.
It is good. I wouldn't blame you for trying again. Plus, what are the odds that you would chip your teeth on falafel twice?
Yeah, that's like getting struck by lightning twice.
Yeah.
So it's probably
your odds are
unlikely.
lowered now. So you're probably good from here on out.
Oh.
You have a fairly reliable experience from this point forward.
Sean said he had the same thing happen to him when he ate a pretzel and heard a crack, but he didn't swallow his tooth. See, that would have been pretty cool if my tooth came out and be like, oh, now I have this like memorabilia.
But can you do something with that? Like, can you put it back?
Just like super glue.
Can you hand it to the dentist?
I should have just done that.
Yeah. Save us some money.
Super glued it.
Super glue our teeth back together.
But actually, no, he said you can't just like fill in the crack. Because it'll just keep cracking over and over. You have to replace the whole tooth. I guess that's the best way.
Yeah, I feel like we might get to a point where it's going to be easier for humanity to just start taking out all our teeth and replacing them all at once. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe when you get your wisdom teeth out, because everyone has to do that at some point.
Not everyone. Some people.
Most people, though. It's pretty
not
common.
Most people. A lot of people. Yeah, I'd say probably like less than half get their wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh,
well,
I
think
thought
about
most
it.
people
People
did.
in third world countries don't have the luxury of going to
That's
the
true.
dentist to take out their wisdom teeth.
Okay, well, let me phrase it a different way. Most people should get their wisdom teeth taken out because they usually
like pain.
Should as in like it's going to break up your teeth from being straight. It's going to push them out of alignment. That's what they did to mine, at least.
They actually debunked that. I think that's a myth. I don't think your wisdom teeth actually mess up your teeth.
Well, that's
but
what
I don't know.
the
I'm no orthodontist
surgeon
or
told
dentist.
me. Yeah, I thought they did, but
I'm so mad that we get our adult teeth when we're like 12 years old.
How come?
Like, that's a cruel joke.
You're an adult at 12.
I know. I mean,
as reteen,
they should split the teeth up evenly. So, like, your first set, you would have that for like 40 years, and then when you're 40, you get your new set. So
there you go.
Like losing teeth, and then you get brand new teeth at 40 that last you till you're 80. That way you don't have to get dentures when you're like 50 because it's like a brand new set,
Aren't there certain animals that can constantly grow new teeth as they lose them?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I think sharks. They have like tons of layers of teeth.
That's cool. I want that.
Humans should be like sharks.
Let's grab that gene from the shark.
The only thing is I don't think they lose all their teeth after the new set comes in. So it's just like, I think
one at a time?
No, like there's like multiple layers of teeth.
Wow.
As far as I know.
I wonder if that hurts them.
In the chat. Yeah, I'm not sure.
YouTube questions for Drew. Does it help you if I watch the complete commercials before your videos, or is it okay to skip ads? I won't mind whatever you do. Technically, we make a little bit more if you watch the whole ad. But I hate commercials so much that I would not request anyone to do that.
Just live your life.
Like, we have YouTube Premium. This is one of the few subscription services we're like, no, we use this too much. And we click on videos with these ad reads in them, and I'm already getting annoyed. I can't imagine what the free viewers are putting up with. They have to watch an ad before the video starts. Then the video starts, and there's an ad read. It's like 80% ad. It's just cable TV at that point. I guess it's free, so you can't really complain too much.
Wait. Amazon Prime? Or what are you talking about?
YouTube Premium.
Oh.
Remember when we were watching Hot Ones?
It's been like 5 years since I've had just basic YouTube with all the ads. I'm so glad that YouTube Red, YouTube Premium exists.
Yeah, I watched a video from, I can't remember what it was, some browser that I wasn't logged into yet, and an ad played before the YouTube video, and I was just like,
what is this?
What? That's not what I asked. That's not what I wanted. Why is that popping up? What's the I was so confused. And I was like, oh, some people like live with this forever. They're just used to it.
Yeah.
And I hear people complain
we
like,
used to live with it too.
Yeah.
In the day. But ads weren't as bad, I don't think.
I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like sponsorships are way more common now.
Yeah.
Don't you? Like the in-video ad reads?
Because it's more of like a guaranteed amount that they would get rather than like, based on...
Well, I don't blame them. AdSense is not super reliable, as I have experienced myself.
Yeah. AdSense has been horrible this year. Because did you tell them about the whole...
Yeah, I vlogged that whole thing.
Google is dumb.
They just opted me into that somehow with no notification. I hope it's fixed. We won't find out if it's fixed until the 11th.
Of next month.
Yeah, of July. So hopefully it's fixed. I think it is. I feel like I filled out everything.
For Talos of Food.
Yeah,
That's
just food.
Idea.
They'll pay so much for that.
12 subscribers there. I'm sure they won't mind.
Right. No, we'll get tons of sponsored ad reads over there. But
5 cents an ad.
It was interesting. You remember watching that Hot Ones with Aubrey Plaza?
Yeah.
We clicked on the video, and all of a sudden they start doing the brought to you by the, and we're like, oh, God.
At least it was only like a second, though.
It was like a second. I'm sure they come back to it at the end of the video. We didn't finish it. We actually thought it was kind of sad that she's not that funny on her own. Did you notice that?
It wasn't a funny situation, though. Well, I guess sometimes it can be.
There have been funny episodes of Hot Ones, but
yeah.
We've been watching.
More of like a calm presence. She's not like overtly outrageous or, extroverted.
It's interesting that in the show, someone can be hilarious, and then you'll see them on their own without a script, and it's totally a different experience. And you're like, oh.
But she's kind of hilarious because of how like antisocial she is on Parks and Rec. Right.
Well, you start to realize when you love an actor and when you love a character. When you start seeing them off the show, and you're like, oh, okay. I'm not really that
her in other things, and I really enjoy her acting.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was the first thing I've ever watched her just as Aubrey Plaza, and not a character that she's playing.
Right.
So, yeah, I would have to see like more clips of her just being herself. Because like at that point, I don't know how actors differentiate between who they are in real life and like the characters they play.
They probably get mixed up.
Yeah, eventually it just all blends together, especially if you're the type of person to be typecast and you play the same roles.
Right.
Usually it's like,
yes.
So then this must be who I am.
Exactly. And it probably gets your brain confused to a certain extent. You don't know who you really are when you pretend to be so many different people.
Yeah. Well, unless you're like grounded, down to earth.
Sure. Some people can make it work, like Keanu Reeves. The best man on earth.
Life? I've never seen him like
really
play himself.
Oh, the internet is like, I haven't seen a movie where he plays himself, but the internet's obsessed with him.
I don't know, an interview or him.
Most interviews, he's very down to earth.
Like him? Like
basically because he's super friendly, and he's super down to earth, and he has a sad backstory. I don't want to recite his whole backstory because I'll probably get it wrong, but it has something to do with like his mother dying and his losing his child at a young age, and then his wife left him, and
he had a kid.
He did the Matrix movies, and he donated like 80% of his paycheck to leukemia research. Aww. So he donated most of it, and then
good bro.
There's a lot of videos of him online like giving up his seat for people or saying like, oh, do you want to sit here? Or There was one situation where he was on a flight, flying coach, and it got detoured. They couldn't land where they were supposed to land. Mm-hmm. And instead of like just flying private or whatever, he decided to help people on the plane find ways to get to their end destination, like find shuttles.
Wait,
and
he helped every single person on the flight?
Not all of them, but some of them. In fact, he rode in a shuttle bus with some of them to their next location and like gave them fun facts about the town they were driving in. So he just like decided to tag along with this one random family.
I wonder what is going on in his mind.
I don't know.
Is it like does he think it would be so cool if I did this because then other people think that I'm cool? Or like what is in it for him? Like maybe he is altruistic.
It could just literally be he's had a sad past and he's been upset before, so he doesn't want that to happen to other people.
It's just not very like normal human behavior. But it should be normal to be kind for no reason.
Yeah. I wish more people were like Keanu.
Keanu.
That would be a beautiful thing. But yeah, and there was also this event he was doing at E3 where he said the visuals in this game are breathtaking, and then someone in the audience went, "You're breathtaking," and he like laughed and then went, "You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking," and everyone just freaked out.
Oh, maybe he's kind of like, what's his name, Chris from Parks and Rec. He's just super positive.
Rob Lowe's character, just overly positive.
Nothing can get him down.
Right. And thank you, Justin Miller, for the free super chat. Probably got that from his YouTube Premium. Appreciate it. Ooh. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And let's see. Like, Jesse Eisenberg is a good example of this. Oh, yeah, of the characters being very different off screen. That's for sure.
Yeah, who is he in real life?
Definitely not Jesse, from what I've seen. He doesn't act like that off camera.
Wait,
but
Jesse Eisenberg, the actor?
What's his name? Aaron Paul, I think. Or no, I'm thinking of Jesse Pinkman. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I got the names mixed up.
Jesse Eisenberg is his actual name.
Sorry. No, that's a different actor.
Jesse Pinkman.
I'm thinking of someone else entirely. My bad.
Wait, who said Jesse Pinkman in the chat?
Rowan Durian.
Where is it? Jesse Eisenberg. So he plays what, like goofy, dorky people, nerdy?
He can be.
Facebook, right?
Right.
Facebook,
The Social Network.
Yeah. And
have you ever seen that?
In Zombieland.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I love that movie.
Yeah, he plays a good nerd, kind of.
Yeah.
Him and Michael Cera can kind of play similar characters like that.
Who do you like better?
Ooh. Probably Michael Cera, just because Jesse Eisenberg was in Batman vs. Superman, and I really didn't like him.
I've never seen that movie.
Good. You don't need to. It's a hard pass.
Did you ever watch Arrested Development?
No, I think I tried to
where
once.
Michael Cera started.
Right.
He was really young. He was like 12.
Some people really like that show. I couldn't get into it. Maybe I need to commit to it a little longer.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like offbeat humor. I finished the entire thing.
Oh, you did?
So they actually broke it up into 2 parts. They did a couple seasons and then stopped for like 10 years.
Oh,
and then
10
started
years?
the show up again.
Wow, that's rare.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen often.
It was like from 2003 to like 2013. Maybe I'm getting the dates wrong, but it was like there was a long gap.
That's interesting.
Where they didn't do any seasons.
I wish more shows I like would do that.
Really?
Where they end and then they come back. Oh, I don't know. I don't think Office should come back. It kind of ended on a little bit of a, I like the final episode, but the rest of season 9 was kind of iffy. It was good, but it wasn't great. Yeah, I don't think they could do it again. All the characters have kind of grown up and gone in different directions now. So, I don't think they should come back. I think a continuation of Breaking Bad would be interesting, though, which I think they're doing. I think I saw a report that said that. They were like doing a Breaking Bad movie, and Aaron Paul was going to be in it.
Is it the same storyline?
Mm-hmm. I think it takes place after. You know, one of these days they're going to put season 4 of Better Call Saul on Netflix, and we're going to have to use up our free trial very quickly because I want to catch up.
How are we going to get a free trial?
Yeah, just sign up. They give you 30 days for free.
With a different email?
I got tons of emails. You can make it work.
Why don't people just do that, like constantly?
It's too hard. People would rather pay.
Do you have to put in your credit card each time? So it's like they know.
Maybe.
They know this card account.
I got more cards. We'll have more cards.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. It was hard setting up for this podcast, by the way. It was difficult.
Why?
Because you have done such a fantastic job cleaning up the house today. Like, I mean, I probably caused most of the mess just because of all the wires I had laying around the TV and stuff and all the stuff I leave on the table. But while I was editing today's tech video, which you won't see till end of July, you just found a little spot, a little compartment for everything, and it all looks so clean. It's like we're in a completely different house now.
We're not used to it.
You did a great job, hon.
I love having a clean house. It's just, it's hard to keep it clean.
It is.
When our natural state is like lazy and
we don't have
doing
people
nothing.
over that much, really.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
feel like
really
there's more pressure if people are coming over.
true. There's not a lot of pressure other than yourself. You're like, well, my room's messy, but I don't care. It's my room. I don't mind.
Yeah.
But no, there won't be an edited tech video today to answer your questions. But today we're working on I worked on a big video that will be published when I'm gone on our trip to the Philippines at the end of July, which I'm very much looking forward to. So how many days is it in total?
9.
9 days, 9 or 10.
We're leaving on like around midnight of July 31st. And then coming back August 9th. So probably like 9 days.
Right. Yeah. I try my best to do this, but when we're going to be out of town for a long period of time, I like to make videos in advance so that you don't just get 9 days of nothing. You still get videos in between. So today was the first of many videos that we'll release when I'm out of town.
How many do you think you'll do?
I'll try to do 9. I mean, if I could do 10, that would be even better.
20 food videos.
Okay.
Let's stockpile them because food is timeless.
It is. That's true.
Especially once our challenge ends.
My popcorn bag review, that thing, world
There's so
famous.
many different kinds of popcorn too.
That's true. Lots of different kinds of.
Stove
That's
popcorn.
true. We need to do that.
Okay.
It'll just become a popcorn
and also,
channel.
I want to do like different meat versus fake meat challenges.
That would be fun as well.
Like comparing meatless chicken nuggets to actual chicken nuggets.
You're sold on the meatless, aren't you?
I love those chicken nuggets.
We had those so good. The other day, and
I know.
oh
we
my
have them
god,
like once a week. It's bad.
That was delicious. And how the sauces all mixed together by the end of it. Like you try to keep the sauces in different compartments at first.
Yeah, so we have one plate with like 15 chicken nuggets, and then I put ketchup, mustard, ranch, and hot sauce, and sometimes this barbecue sauce called J. Leroy's, which is really good.
That is very good.
And
You should try it.
Dip.
All of you.
Really
dip. Good. And then by the end of it, all of them mixed together into one seamless sauce, which is kind of gross, but at the same time, it's so good. Yeah. They just call it 1,000 condiments because it's just all mixed together by the end.
1,000 condiments.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm getting hungry. I'm staring at that corn over there.
Children of the corn.
We're going to boil that?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I peeled corn.
I'm excited.
Before this podcast, but I didn't want to start boiling it. Otherwise, it'd be on the stove for like an hour. What happens to corn if you just overboil it? What if it turns into popcorn? I don't know.
It probably gets all pruny and soggy like our hands when you swim for too long.
Yeah, like when we swam. Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yesterday or a couple days ago? Yeah.
It was last night.
Uh-huh. No, that's fun.
We got Little Caesars and we went swimming.
That's the best. That is the taste of summer.
Yeah. Taste of adulthood. We can do what we want.
You know what I want to do this summer? I know we have a busy summer. There's a lot going on already. But at least once, I want to swim in some kind of fresh water.
Oh, well, definitely
like a river or a lake. I wouldn't mind a lake.
I prefer rivers.
Rivers can be fun, but they usually are colder because the water's running.
They're more dangerous. Because you get swept off. But I like them better because it's not stagnant water. Do
you remember your friend who got stuck?
Oh my gosh! Can we retell that story?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want you to retell it.
I think I may have done a vlog about it a long time ago. I can't remember, though.
Did I vlog her?
I'm trying to remember. I think we took a picture. I don't think we vlogged it, though. I'm trying.
Oh, okay.
What was her name again?
Maddie.
Maddie jumped into the river.
Let's back up a little.
Go ahead.
I was friends with this girl I'm still friends with her, and I used to live with her.
Mm-hmm.
And her friend wanted to go to the river, and she invited me and Drew.
It's quite a hike.
Yeah, it was me, Drew, my friend Hope, her
Mm-hmm.
friend Maddie, and Maddie's boyfriend Jesus.
Jesus.
Let's just call him Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. He was
Who
really cool.
could not walk on water. I
No.
asked him to several times.
But we
He wouldn't do
went
it.
down to this river. It was called the Flumes, right?
The Flume River?
Which is basically like a man-made river
Kinda.
with like a metal grate over it that you
Right.
can walk.
Right. Sure.
And so we went down to the river, and everything was fine. We were swimming and stuff, and then suddenly Maddie gets swept off by the river. And then what did she do? She like grabbed onto a rock, and she climbed on top of the rock, but there was no way for her to like swim upstream because it was so powerful.
She didn't think about it that much.
Yeah,
No.
I felt it was like one of the most stressful situations that teenagers could get into. It's
Right.
like our friend is gonna drown, and we're down in a canyon
And
somewhere.
didn't your friend's dad warn us too?
Yeah, he was like,
He was
some
like, "You
kid broke
guys
his
be
leg
careful."
down the canyon a couple weeks ago, so you guys be careful. And then she
Yep.
almost drowned. But we were really resourceful
Yes.
and smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it was Drew. Didn't you come up with the idea of getting like a giant branch and then like lassoing it over
Right. I was
her?
like, let's get a big grabbable stick that she
Yeah.
can hold, so we can pull her back in if we need
and
to.
we couldn't find a stick long enough that would actually reach her. So we, like, there was 3 of us. 3? Yeah. Me, Jesus, and Drew. We were all holding the stick. And she was on the rock. And the stick didn't reach her. So basically she had to jump off the rock, swim towards us for at least like 3 feet. And then grab onto the stick for her life.
That was a nervous day.
It was.
That water was
really
really
scary.
rushing. It was really moving too.
Are you from Moscow?
Yeah.
This is why you're Russian. But yeah, it was really scary. But she survived. All is well that ends well. And legend says to this day, she's not gone down to the river because it's dangerous.
I don't think we've gone down to that river.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
very little area
That
to
was
swim
really
in.
fun, though.
once Maddie was
Oh,
safe.
yeah, once she was safe. and
Before
we
that,
were
it was
just-
terrifying. We were just kind of like, what do
Swimming.
we do?
Yeah.
It was very nerve-wracking. Thank you for the super chat, Dalton.
Can I read that?
I don't even know.
JK La Yuma Flaka.
I don't even know what he's
Waka
trying to
Flocka
say.
Flame. Isn't that a band
See this?
or a rapper?
I have no idea, but swimming in a lake, typically the water's not going to be as cold, and you don't have to worry about that kind of thing like currents or getting washed
I
away.
don't know. There's just something about lakes that kind of freaks me out.
What about them?
Like giant fish.
Well, that could be in a river.
Yeah, but the water's flowing, so it's like, they're just going to keep
There's
swimming.
even more, because they're flowing with the river.
Oh, okay, don't say
Okay.
that.
I just mean, like, you don't have to go like so deep into the lake that you can't see the bottom. You can just treat it like a giant pool and just stay in the shallow parts, maybe go a little far out, but anyway. I like
Well,
swimming in
lakes-
fresh water.
Lakes aren't as clear, I feel, as rivers.
A little bit. It might have more to do with the depth, or maybe just how stagnant the water is. Might have something to do with it, but I don't know. That's just something on my bucket list. It would only take an afternoon.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot going on this summer with the big trip coming up. And
I wish we knew someone with like a houseboat
Yeah.
or a speedboat.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I heard it's really difficult to get a houseboat in the lake.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, there's like a huge wait list or something because everyone's trying to get their houseboat in.
Oh.
Plus, it changes depending on the level of the lake. How many?
Like we gotta kick some people out.
Yeah.
Evict the houseboat.
Yeah, it's like you got to move your boat because we're running out of space here.
But those are some of like the best memories, like going on a houseboat. I've only done this once, but we went kayaking and paddleboarding and swimming, and then getting on those like tug speedboats and like having the tube thing in the back. What is that called? And they like
inner
pull you?
tube, inner tube, right?
Kind of.
I think
except
so.
it's like bigger, and you lay on your stomach.
Yeah, I've done those.
And
I
then you
thought
get
we called them
flopped
inner
off
tubes.
if you go too fast.
I would hang on so tight to those things.
I know.
Even if it like flipped over, I would keep holding on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You'd get dragged.
And then the driver of the boat would go back and forth like this and try to get me to fall off. And I'd keep hanging on.
Dang.
It was fun. We haven't done that in a long time.
I feel like you have to be rich to do that. First of all, you got to have a boat.
You can rent them. We never owned a boat, but we still did it.
Oh, really?
For a couple summers.
I thought you owned a boat.
Not that kind of boat. When I was very, very young, my family owned a sailboat. But yeah, you couldn't do inner tubing
sail
on
around
that.
the world?
No, just the lake. And it was such a hassle for them. That's why they got rid of it. They were like...
Wasn't there a saying? It's like the 2 happiest days of
for
a boat owner
Mm-hmm.
is the day you buy it and the day you sell it.
Exactly. And they traded the boat basically to pay for a pool. So they were like, let's stop like going to the lake and instead just bring the lake to us.
Oh, see, that's smart.
Mm-hmm. Though the pool is not cheap either.
Yeah, and also it takes a lot of maintenance, right?
Yeah, it's not like the pool's free of maintenance. I say know someone with a pool. Best case scenario.
Yeah.
Or know someone with a boat.
Boats and pools.
Why don't we just...
friend who has one.
Let's go down to the boat launch and just start hanging out there. And then when we see people, we're just like, hey, what's up?
Hey, do you remember me? I know you from that party. You know, Jenny from the block.
You want to do that? Impractical Jokesters bit? Where you have to go up to someone you've never met and pretend...
Convince them that they know you.
Right. That's a funny show. I missed that show.
I know. It was really too bad that they only put 1 season on, was it Hulu or Netflix?
I think it was Netflix, but there's like 7 seasons or something. There's
a lot. And I'm sure we could find some videos on YouTube.
Yeah, we got to catch up.
Dang, Sal. He's like the most picked on guy on there. I feel bad
biggest
for him.
loser.
He's always the biggest loser.
It was a meme before I even watched the show.
Oh, really?
Then I started seeing
that
that picture.
Years ago when I
was
like 13.
When did that show start airing?
A while ago.
Yeah, clearly. A long time ago. But yeah, that would be a good tactic to get people to take us onto the lake with them. Hopefully they're nice people.
Yeah, oh my gosh, imagine if we befriended some like nice, sweet old couple who had a houseboat.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
They invite us on there and turns out they're serial killers.
Oh, okay.
And then they murder us and
Sounds
then
like
bury our bodies underneath their boat. And
bury
then the fishes will eat our flesh.
Our fishes will eat our fleshes. This sounds like the next Jordan Peele theatrical release.
Book. The fishes will eat our fleshes. Oh,
Dr. Seuss book.
Jordan Peele.
I could see that being a Dr. Seuss book. Do you want to talk about the walk we had today?
Oh, yeah.
So we took a drive to this place where we like to walk by a river because we like being near the water. And there was like a freaking parade. Not a real parade, but just so many cars there. It's usually pretty empty. We've gone there a few times.
The same place?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, it wasn't a parade until after we got there, right?
Well, we showed up and...
There were these 2 cars, and I saw these 2 guys in uniforms, and I was like, are those cops? Immediately, my alert just goes on.
Are those the cops?
Cops make me nervous.
Why do they make you nervous? To me, they make me feel more comfortable because I know...
They make you nervous, too, especially when you're driving on the highway.
Well, driving, yes, because I feel like I'm going to mess up. Walking, I don't think they're going to arrest me for.
How can you mess up driving? Just drive the speed.
There's a lot of ways to mess up driving. That's why we have car insurance, but not walking insurance. Though maybe we should work on that.
They do have walking insurance. It's called health insurance in case your klutz.
I thought you were going to say life insurance.
Well, that too, I guess. Health insurance.
Well, anyway, there were 2 cops.
2 cops. Turns out they're not cops. They're probably like parks and rec.
Some kind of park rangers of some
rangers.
sort. They looked official from a distance.
So we were walking, and then suddenly this cop car pulls up behind us and parks behind the other 2 cars. Cop jumps out, and the guy, we just overheard him explaining the situation. This was an Escalade. It was like a red Escalade.
Right.
Had driven up onto the train, like by the train tracks, and got stuck in the rocks. It
wasn't like exactly on the railroad track, but it was like very close. Away. And it was not like something you can easily drive to. This is a railroad track like way up high on the side of a cliff, and somehow the car had parked itself up there. I have no idea how they got there. We couldn't figure it out.
Around somehow.
Maybe, but
imagine how embarrassing that would be. It's like you decide to do something dumb and illegal, and then you get stuck. Yeah. You can't even get yourself out of that
So you
situation.
need the police to help. I don't think if a train would have came, it would have hit the car,
Yeah.
but it would have been close. It was very close to the railroad tracks, and apparently they couldn't move it. When we walked by the cops, they said that.
How are they going to get a tow truck up there?
No, you can't.
The tow truck's going to get stuck, and then you get another tow truck. They're probably going to have to helicopter out of there. Mm-hmm. Can you do that with cars, or is it too heavy?
No, I think you can. There were a few air shows I went to where they dropped cars from helicopters. That was fun.
Dropped cars?
Mm-hmm.
To destroy them?
Yeah.
Why?
They would do it as a joke. Like, they would say over the intercom, they would be like, so there's someone who's parked in a no parking area, and we need you to move your car. And then they would go about, here's the A-10 Warthog, and here's this plane, here's this jet, and here's what it does. And then later be like, so the person who's parked in the no parking zone is still there. We politely request you move your car. And it would turn into a routine thing, and no one thought of it because they were just like, oh, someone must be parking in a no parking area. Yeah. That's not good. And then the third time they were like, so we warned this person that they were parked in a no parking area and that there would be consequences. So now we are going to destroy the car. And then this helicopter comes out in front of everyone, and it's suspending this giant car.
A giant car?
Well, I just mean a sedan, but it's weird to see a normal car like that just floating above everyone.
They must have gutted it so it's
maybe
light.
And they take it way out past the runway, and then they just drop it, and you get to watch it drop. That's where you learn a lot about.
How do they drop it? Is it like those claw machines?
I don't know. Somehow they detach the cord.
Oh.
I'm not sure how they do it.
Get some scissors.
Yeah, they just
snip the cord.
It's very simple. But yeah, that's always an interesting learning experience when you go to the air shows, because the car will hit the ground and you won't hear anything for like 3 seconds, and then and you'll hear a big thump 3 seconds after you watch the car hit the ground. So you're like, oh, the sound traveled. But it makes a lot of noise, yeah. That was fun.
I've never been in an air show before.
I haven't been to one in a long time. It's probably been, I think, 9 years.
Mm-hmm. And that's a military thing, right?
Usually. So, but they typically will have some kind of stunt performers there, like the Blue Angels or the Thunderbirds, and they'll do what do you call it? They'll fly in formation. We should try to go to one sometime. It's fun. Birds. Yeah, where they'll get really close together, like almost touching.
How do we get to one? I don't know anyone in the military.
You just buy tickets. They're public available.
Do we have a base somewhere?
Yeah, Beale Air Force Base was the one I went to. Mm-hmm. And they'll announce them, and I think you just need to buy tickets, and then you can show up.
Cool. Anyone Make a day out of it. Get some vegetarian hot dogs.
It'll be very hot, though, because you're out on a big runway, basically.
Oh, really?
So
we'll bring our big umbrella.
Yes. Thank God we have that big umbrella. That will come in handy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what else will be on my bucket list for the rest of this year.
Use an umbrella?
No. Yes. Use an umbrella. Californians don't use umbrellas too much. But no, I was going to say air show. You should try to find an air show to go to. It could be fun.
Let's make a summer list.
Yeah.
Things we want to do. Mm-hmm. One thing I really want to do this summer, go camping. Camping is fun.
Camping is fun.
And you get to enjoy nature, enjoy good food. Usually bad food, but it tastes good.
Everything outside tastes good.
Yeah.
You know what I don't know. It's something about like you're outdoors, so you're like, I'm lucky to have food anyway.
Yeah.
Something about eating outside just makes it taste better.
Makes you appreciate it more.
Yeah, it's a weird phenomenon. And I'm joking, of course. There are, of course, certain things that taste bad outside, but just average food will suddenly taste better than average.
Peanut butter on bark. Nature's fruit.
Yeah, I feel like while that would taste disgusting, it would probably taste better outside than inside.
That's true.
Somehow. Your favorite sport, professional umbrella using.
Yes.
Whoosh. Perfect. Yeah, we were looking at Twitter today because I follow this group called Corridor Digital, and they specialize in making visual effects and doing animation and that kind of thing. And they were trying to fool everyone into thinking that Tom Cruise had stopped by their office by doing a deep fake. Have you heard of those?
Yes.
It's kind of interesting technology.
I'm not like super familiar with it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's similar to the Snapchat filter that you can like select a photo and have that face on your face.
Kind of.
Right?
Yeah, it kind of works like that. A little bit more perfected because it's not in real time, so they can get everything just right and get a more accurate picture of the face and then paste it on.
Oh, it's not in real time?
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, they
'Cause,
can
like-
edit it after the fact. They're not doing it live.
Right.
You can.
Because with Snapchat, you
Mm-hmm.
can make a video and it's like follows your face.
Right.
Turns into a different.
I think a deep fake has more of like a 3D map of the person's face, whereas Snapchat's just taking a JPEG and putting it on top of you. So when they have a
that's
3D map of someone's face and paste it on a 3D
Mm-hmm.
map of someone else's face, it's a lot easier. And what's funny though is we still picked up on it immediately when watching
I
it.
think the human eye is very good at determining whether something looks natural
Mhm.
or messed with.
And that's the weird thing is I couldn't tell you why I knew it was fake. I just did.
Just certain angles. I don't think it's perfected to the point that it's like unnoticeable.
To me, it's like the human eye can almost detect the difference between a digital image and a real one somehow.
Maybe.
Because when he walked in and he sounded like Tom Cruise and he
Mm-hmm.
looked like Tom Cruise and he starts talking with all the guys, they're like, whoa, Tom Cruise came to our office. And I was just like, no, that's the deep fake.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. I openly said, like, it's a really good, like, fake,
Mm-hmm.
but I can tell it's fake. But I just found that bizarre because the human eye just looks at faces so
Yeah.
much.
And also there's context. You know
Mhm.
this group. Tom Cruise is not going to visit them, so you're using
Right.
your contextual clues.
But your
knowing
brain
that-
probably wouldn't go there if Tom Cruise actually showed up for some reason. Your brain probably wouldn't be like, oh, is that real? Or is he animated there? I feel like you know when a person's actually on camera
Yeah.
pretty well.
But why would he visit them? That's kind of random.
It is kind of random, but
Wasn't there a deep fake a while back of like Jennifer Lawrence giving a speech and it was Steve Buscemi's face
yes,
on
I
her?
saw that one. I saw that.
It's
Yeah.
pretty impressive how they can do that actually.
It is. It's going to get better. That's the scary thing. Is like it's not perfect right now, but
But it's close enough to fool those who are easily fooled, I guess.
well, all the replies on the tweet were all just like, "That's a really good deepfake."
Yeah.
You know, no one was really convinced. Like, what?
Self-awareness is key. 'Cause
Exactly.
Some people don't know that deepfakes exist, so then they believe everything at face value, and that's what worries me.
Right.
Especially like older people, they tend to be fooled more easily, I think.
That's true.
Because, back in the day that wasn't possible, and now that
Or your eyes get worse over
it's
time.
also true.
Yeah, my parents once looked at a video of there was a reported video of a bear chasing a biker on a trail, and they were like,
It was
look
a
at this
deepfake
video.
of a bear.
It wasn't actually a bear, it was a beaver, but they put a deep fake. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
He turns around and to me it's clearly fake. It's like a
CGI?
It's like a 2D video of a bear running.
Okay.
And they just motion tracked it into the footage. And they were like, "No, that looks real." And I was
Wait,
like,
your parents said this?
yeah, they were convinced it was real when they showed me the
gosh.
video. And I was like, no, I mean, it was
Next
good.
up is Bigfoot.
It wasn't super fake, but I mean, if you just paused it for 2 seconds
You'll have
or
to
so.
show me the video and I'll judge
Okay.
it for myself.
Well, you already know going into it, but yeah, to me, turning around when he turns around and he looks, I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally fake, and they couldn't tell. So that's gonna be us in like 20 years, Maybe our kids will be able to know what's fake and what's not, and we're like, wait, what? What? How did they?
Well, I feel
how did
like
they do
we're
that?
we're getting trained though.
Mhm.
Like the more that we see and
That's true. Like right now,
yeah.
watching the deep fakes on YouTube or Steve Buscemi on Jennifer Lawrence. I like the funny ones like that.
Yeah. See, it's harmless when it's done
Mm-hmm.
comically, but
Or they put
there's definitely, like potential for destruction, especially when it gets to like politics and
Right.
people supposedly saying certain things, but it was actually not them. It was just like their face on someone else.
Like, how do you think Tom Cruise feels about that video they posted? Do you think he would be upset if he saw it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be kind of weirded out. Like,
Yeah.
who gave you permission to use my face? That's probably going to be like the next copyright law is like,
Exactly.
my face is copyrighted. You
Yeah.
can't just use it.
I think it's already starting that. Plus, like what Michael said, it can be used to really encourage fake news, basically.
Yeah.
Like make things that aren't real.
To.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could make anybody look like anybody's saying anything. And we already have a hard time getting our facts straight in the media. Imagine what happens when humanity gets like really good at faking videos and audio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like a celebrity audio reconstruction before? Where they can
seen or heard?
Heard, I guess. Yeah, I guess you don't.
Have you seen the voice waves?
Have you seen the vocal cords? Yeah.
So what exactly
doesn't work that way.
Happens? Like it sounds like
they
them?
take a bunch. Yeah, they're able to make someone who has a lot of audio on record.
Yeah.
They're able to take all of that
Each
audio.
individual syllable noise.
I think they use artificial
sound.
intelligence to
really?
develop it, and then they can type out anything and make that person say whatever they want.
Wow.
I haven't seen
That's
it
a
with.
program that works currently?
It works pretty well. It's not perfect, kind of like a deep fake. You can kind of pick up on it.
Yeah.
After a while.
It's kind of like how you can tell Siri is not actually saying full
Right,
sentences. She's
right.
just saying syllables,
Mm-hmm.
words.
They
strung
try
together.
to smooth it together, but it still doesn't sound supernatural.
Yeah.
No, the only one I've heard it of is Joe Rogan, which they definitely have a lot of audio to work with. He's made like
Oh my gosh. Thousands.
1,400 podcasts, all of them over an hour.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a lot of data they have to work with. But yeah, there was
lot.
you could probably look it up, be like, Joe Rogan never said this video or AI speech. And it's a little off because it'll start to get a little redundant and a little monotone because it's trying to find a pattern in his voice and just replicate it over and over again. So for long periods of time, it probably wouldn't work. But if you needed like a sound bite of someone and you wanted to expose them, or
What do you mean it sounded monotone?
like
maybe that's
it
just
started
how
saying the
his
same
face
thing
is.
over again, and that's how he talked every single time. And this is not something said by Joe Rogan, and it would just kind of the same structure over and over again. Like it didn't sound as dynamic as a normal human would talk.
Oh,
So
because they were saying the words that someone else typed.
as in you could tell like a
maybe-
computer was trying its best, but
Oh, okay.
It was-
so it wasn't like
it
a
was
human
trying.
creating a story for him to recite.
see, that would be Felipe brings up a great point. I would use that technology so that I could just type in some text and make
Yeah.
a video.
And so now you have a deep fake of your face.
Yeah.
And then,
Can I just deep fake myself? I don't need to deep fake anyone else.
but don't you still need someone to, like, be the?
We have a
3D?
template. So using AI and machine learning, we'll have a basic template of Drew using different hand gestures and
just,
talking.
Like, morph them together.
And then using the AI voice compilation and using the AI of deep fakes. Whatever video I can think of, I just type it out and then plug it into a computer and it animates me. Ooh, that'd be weird.
Yeah, I think you're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like Google
How do you
would do
start
that. Google's a good place to start. They love AI.
I wouldn't trust Google.
Yeah. They love the machine learning and that kind of stuff. But yeah, Apple doesn't sound like the type of company that would do that. Google, though, they would be like, "No, you don't need to record videos anymore. We've already made your memories."
Oh my gosh.
You know how you can scroll back into older years and see old pictures and videos?
Yeah.
Google's going to let you scroll into the future, and they're going to be like, "We predict you will be here, and you're
Oh
going to
my
look like
gosh.
this.
That'd be awesome.
You're going to visit
actually.
Yosemite in the year 2034,
Really? Tell me more.
and the atmosphere will be this color temperature because of pollution."
Color temperature?
Yeah, the sky won't be as blue because of global warming, and then they'll animate your face to look older, so you'll have more gray hairs or
I
something.
think we already have that technology. They use that for like missing people. It's like he was 15 when he disappeared. He's now 37. He would have a bald spot right here.
Right. He will have worked at a bowling alley for 4 years, but then quit
Because his ex-girlfriend started coming by.
We've predicted that. We've gotten
What's
so
this
good.
guy's name? Tom.
That would be scary.
That would be scary.
Yeah.
And also interesting. If you
Mm-hmm.
had the opportunity to see your future in its entirety,
Mm.
and like you know how old you're going to be when you die, maybe you don't know the exact date, but like
Yeah.
you'll see the exact situation that it's in.
It's a paradox.
Why?
Because can you change what happens if you know what happens? It's all riding on that.
Right.
So if, yes, you can change it, then...
Maybe you're only allowed to see it if you don't purposefully try to change your life to avoid that event from happening. Although, who would be in charge of that? Or keep track of, like, you're going to die by a bowling ball hitting your
What
head.
if, like, the second you see your future, you die? It's like, when are you going to die? 10 seconds. What? Bowling ball. It's like that one episode of that show, Hank Hill. Might be tomorrow. Might be the day after that. Might be the... and then he punches someone.
I don't remember that. I don't think I've ever watched that show.
No, I haven't either. It's just a meme. Something like he's going to attack you at any point in the next week, and then he just does it immediately or something.
That would suck, though. It's like they give you the crystal ball to look into your future, and then you see a bowling ball.
Would you ever go to a psychic?
Yes, I've been wanting to do that, actually.
Really?
Well, for a video.
Okay, but how much money would you be willing to spend on a psychic?
I don't think it's like a sliding scale. It's like, if you're willing to pay $100, then that's what I charge.
You'd be willing to pay $100?
No.
Okay, well, that's my question. Is
I'm
like,
saying
is there a
don't
limit?
Work like that.
Well, I don't know. I've never been there. Okay, $30.
For
really?
both of us, though. And she has to read, like, our palms.
She would look at my palm and say,
it's really interesting.
You have psoriasis.
Can I say information about the psychic that we have?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this
that we have.
She lives in our closet.
Came with the house. We didn't ask her to be here. She just showed up one day.
So
it's kind of weird.
It's just funny to me. There's a psychic in town, like a psychic place, and then right next to it is a divorce attorney. It's like, things didn't work out for you at the psychic place. Like, at least you can get divorced next door.
Maybe one day someone goes in and they read the palms and be like, I see you next door. When? Tomorrow.
There's actually a divorce attorney and also bankruptcy attorney. So it's like everything that's bad that happens to you right next door.
I don't know if I'd
Free
spend
person
$30.
with a house purchase. Really? $30 to see your future?
I would walk in and be like, how much do you think I'm willing to pay? $10? You're wrong. I don't believe you.
Wait, say that again?
No, go up to the psychic and ask her, so, how much am I willing to pay to have a psychic reading? And she'd be like, I don't know, $10? And I'd be like, you're not very accurate, so I'm not going to spend money here.
But that's subjective, though. And you could just change your mind as soon as she said something.
I need a free trial.
Well, you should go up to her and be like, is there a money-back guarantee? If these things don't happen, I want my money back.
I wouldn't change my mind if she got it right. If I walked in and she was like, you're willing to spend $1, I'd be like, wow, you're good.
And she could say that to anyone.
Yeah, but I'd be thinking that, so it'd be correct.
Oh, my goodness.
Would they let you record a video? That'd be cool.
Not? Because then you can expose her for being a fake psychic.
You technically can't.
Why do I assume it's a girl? Guys can be psychics too.
I've never seen one, though. I guess I haven't seen a girl psychic. It's just always a girl psychic in the movies.
Yeah. Madam Zapponi with like the big purple hat.
I need a free trial with the psychic.
That's not how psychic
works. I'll commit if you're accurate enough, I need to try this out first.
So she predicts one thing in your life for free, and then you leave, and then in a year, if that happens, you come back? Is that what
She's
you want?
been in that location for a long time, though. That's what confuses me.
It must be working.
How often do people actually go there and spend money? Seriously. How often does that happen?
I don't know. I've never seen anyone in there.
It kind of scares me, knowing that business has been around for so long.
We should dress up as, different people.
Okay.
Like a doctor. Well, actually, I think that's illegal. But I saw this...
How about we pretend we're not married? And then you go in and you start telling her the future. and you start telling her like
her own future.
Yeah, he's like, the next person who walks in here will be very handsome and have red hair. And then she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, I'm the psychic now. And then you walk out, and then I walk in, and she's like, oh my God.
What if she's like, he's not very handsome?
Well, that won't happen. I'm not worried about that.
Oh, let's hope she's not stupid.
Or blind.
Yeah.
That'd be a problem.
No, I was thinking, what if we came in there,
Uh-huh.
like I took my ring off,
Right.
you took your ring off,
Mm-hmm.
and then we asked her, what is our future together? Like, are we like meant to be with
Oh,
each other?
that's a good question. Set up a trap.
Yes.
That way,
My
she's
point
like,
exactly.
yes, you will end up together. And be like, ha, we're already together. Should have
you
saw
were
that
right.
coming.
That's just like reinforcing her premonition or whatever.
I would be impressed if she was like, you're already married. I could tell by...
The tan line
Maybe
on your
she can
finger.
tell by the imprint of the ring.
The psoriasis ring on your hand.
The psoriasis-looking hands. Ugh.
No, I saw this
Oh, well.
journalistic piece
Mhm.
video a while back.
Yeah.
And this journalist went to Psychic and was like trying to figure out if she was fake or not. I mean, I'm pretty sure all psychics are fake. But she gave the
calling
psychics...
you out.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
obviously. I don't think it's possible to tell the future. Otherwise, you wouldn't tell anyone that. You would just predict the future and use it to your own benefit, your own gain. Anyways.
People could predict the future should be like the richest people on earth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be some, like, psychic in a little store
Yeah.
waiting for tips.
Maybe Bill Gates knew the future. That's why
Maybe
he's as rich.
a psychic. But see, he's good at being a psychic because he keeps it to himself.
Mm.
Anyways, back to the story.
Okay, yeah.
The journalist gave the psychic a picture of a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually had her brother give the psychic a picture of the girl. And the psychic told her brother,
Mm-hmm.
oh, yeah, she's missing. She's gone. She's lost forever.
Mm.
And then that picture was actually the journalist. So next time she came in and she was like, do you recognize this picture? Oh, yes. I had a guy come in and I told him that this little girl has been lost and her soul is just vanished forever. And then she was like, so actually this girl is me. So you're lying. You're fake. There's such like a vengeful feeling or like, what's the word?
Yeah, I would be worried if I was a psychic. If I was a psychic.
I'm a psychic.
How their Stonks doing?
Oh my God, I love Elon Musk's tweets.
I love how dank he
Stonks.
is. That's the reason we need a Tesla, honey. There's no CEO that's this dank.
Wait,
I
we
would
need
buy-
a Tesla just for his tweets. We can get his tweets without the Tesla.
Yeah, but this man needs our help, okay? Like,
I think he
If
needs
Tim Cook-
like therapy. I
That's
don't think
true.
we can help him.
I think, Elon, your memes are great, but you should probably be spending more time with your 5 children. I'm just a guess. You probably...
No, he has deep fakes to spend time with his children.
There's a lot of Elon Musk deepfakes, actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I've seen some. They're weird.
His
Stonks.
face kind of reminds me of the perfect SpongeBob. Like his...
Honey, how are you?
Yes.
Have you
What is it
you remember
about him? He
the
just has such smooth skin.
ultra shiny Squidward face?
Yeah, when he like smashed his face in the door, handsome Squidward, and he was like doing ballet.
That's how I feel after we do one of those masks. You know those
yeah.
paint things we
Yeah,
do?
we would put charcoal masks.
When you peel it
on our
off, that's
face.
how I feel.
Handsome
Trying to
Squidward.
imitate it as much as possible. No, I genuinely though, bringing this back to Tesla, I was imagining how much money have I spent on Apple products over the course of my life?
So
What do you
maybe
think?
Like $20,000.
That's probably a safe bet, yeah. So
You paid for half a Tesla, basically.
that means that when we buy a Tesla, that will be
The
more
brand.
money than we've ever spent on Apple.
Yeah, on anything. That will be
That's
our
true.
most expensive purchase
Hmm.
ever.
Unless, we buy
Unless-
that elephant we were talking about. Yeah. Priorities, people. Tesla comes after the elephant. You know that scene
That's
with...
gonna be our whip. We got like we have a 2-seater up there.
I'm an elephant. They've got some great trunk space.
Oh. But
anyways, do you have any
Good
last
one,
minute
hun.
thoughts before we close
Elephant F100.
up? We had to address the elephant in the room.
Oh, you just got a reminder. It says, due today, renew Nitro Boost. What is that? Is that like a shoe?
I think on Discord we're one Nitro boost away from getting to level 2.
What is a Nitro Boost?
A Nitro boost, basically you can pay Discord to give you better perks on Discord, which is I think $8 or $9 a month, and
88 through 9.
$8 or $9 a month, something like that. I get it for free because I'm a partner. Thank you, Discord. But if you have Discord Nitro, you get one server to select to boost.
Okay.
And if your server gets enough boosts, the whole server gets features. So if you get to level 2, like everyone can upload 50 megabyte images and videos, or you get a server banner, or you get better audio quality for the microphones and stuff. So we are one boost away from level 2.
So who boosts you?
Right now, we have 9 people with Nitro that have boosted us.
Oh, okay. So people have to pay for the Nitro.
Unless they're a partner, yeah.
And then they boost you.
Yes.
And then you need 10 boosts?
10 boosts to get level 2. Sorry. Level 2 grants you a bunch of cool stuff that not most servers can get. There's also a level 3, but level 3 requires like 50 boosts. So that's not going to happen. So
don't you have like 100 people in your Discord?
We actually have 1,600 people in our Discord.
What?
But
why am I not in there? Hello.
You could go in there. You should come in there. Holy
Open
crap.
the doors to your Discord.
Do you have the app on your phone?
I think I do.
Guys, we would totally mod her, by the way. She gets like instant mod status.
No, I don't.
People
I want to
love
be
it
like
in
the
there.
people.
Would you get we should give her the supporter role.
What is that?
I mean,
I'm already the supporter role.
Yeah, you're my wife. You're super supporter. Yeah, I love the Discord. It's great. We would just give you mod status so that you could access the premium channels without paying anything.
Okay, what are the premium channels though?
So there's the normal channels, which are tech, off topic, and media.
Off topic. That's a.
Well, sometimes too many people are in tech, so if you're not talking about the main topic in tech, you just go to off topic to talk about whatever you're talking about. We see your super chat, Jay. We'll get to that in a second.
Whoa, that's
yes,
a big
thank
one.
you, Jay. Jay's the baller here. And then if you're a supporter, meaning you donate on Patreon, or you subbed with Twitch Prime, or you're a YouTube member, or you boosted us with Nitro, any one of those things, then you get access to Star Tech, which is like a more elite channel because...
How many people are in there?
At a time, probably like 10 maximum.
No, it's too big for me. I need something more elite.
Go to the staff room. Then there's usually 4 people in there.
I need one room with just you and me. That's it.
You would be the best mod, I think.
For that room? Maybe.
For just the channel in general.
Anyway, let's get to Jay's super chat.
$24.99. Holy
That's
crap.
super generous.
We were about to cancel this podcast because you guys haven't been super chatting very much.
Cancel
but
it
Jay
forever?
changed that around. I'm kidding. We would do this anyway.
Drew, don't be dramatic.
We need the money.
Do you really need to say that?
No, I don't. We're doing fine. What Jay said, what are your thoughts on the new software announced at WWDC, Louise? What is your favorite?
Well, I have to say, iOS 13 looks really great. I just wish I could get it on my phone. Can I get it?
I could get it for you, but I don't think you'd like it.
So the public beta is not out yet?
No, it's a developer beta, which means you're going to have lots of bugs.
Yeah, so I actually did not watch WWDC because I'm a disappointing person. So sorry about that, Jay. I don't have a good answer for you, and I feel bad because you just donated all this money.
Well, I did show you iPadOS and iOS 13 after that event took place, remember?
Oh, yeah, that
I
kind
showed
of
you
looks
some
cool.
of it.
I like how...
The volume indicator.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's more...
You have dark mode in messages now.
Yeah. Wait, don't I already have that?
Mm-mm.
Yes, I do. Let me see.
I don't think so.
Ah, I do.
That's Messenger.
Didn't you just say Messenger?
I said messages. Sadly, there's a difference.
Jay, I'm sorry. Can you ask me a different question that I actually know how to answer?
He said you should join Discord. Plus, he donated $25. So I feel
Did
like...
he, though? I don't see... Where did he say that?
Below, J Panday. It says
Okay.
Louise should join, by the way.
I will join one room, and Drew will decide which room I join.
Oh, you can go into any of the rooms. It's easy. That's a good question.
That sounds complicated.
How did you feel about the Pro stand?
Oh my goodness. I think Apple is just taking it way too far.
Me too, hon. I agree.
Like, give them an inch, they take a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that saying is.
That's it.
But
yeah, I mean,
literally this MacBook here, well, we technically traded it in.
Yeah.
But this would be like, what, $1,000 if you bought it used?
Probably around there, yeah.
And that stand is $1,000.
Right.
And you know me, I'm very cheap. I would probably just build my own stand with like some wood.
Some wood.
Some wood blocks. Like,
Minecraft
no, thank
blocks.
you, Apple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, $1,000 Pro stand. That's a whole Tesla white interior.
Because you could buy an iMac for like around that price, right? Like $1,200.
I think the base model iMac, which is not a great iMac, but it's an iMac, starts at $1,099. So you take away the whole computer, and it's $100 cheaper.
Wow.
So the whole computer part is worth $100, I guess. But
Okay,
yeah, there's a
let's say this.
4K iMac starts at like $1,400. So you're telling me the computer's worth $400? To be fair, it's not the same stand, but still, it's a slightly better stand.
With magnets. That's what makes it fancy.
Well, I would pay $500.
And
That
I
was good.
would pay $500 more.
I don't watch a lot of his vids, but that one was pretty
That was
good.
JonTron, right?
No, Sam Time. Very close, though. I understand the confusion.
similar.
They're very similar, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I would get them mixed up, too, yeah.
Same time.
Anyways, any closing thoughts before we wrap up? Thank you for the super chat,
I'm
Jay.
just thankful to be alive today, and
Me
I'm glad
too.
that you 34 people are watching.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today
Mm-hmm.
in this evening.
And we will...
I apologize about this tea, by the way.
Oh,
There's
you
rust
don't
all
need to
over
be sorry.
it. And I tried to take the rust off, and I made it worse.
Yeah.
So if you guys know how to get rust off of metal, please put it in the chat. So
Metal's a messy thing. You know, you'll try to clean it up, and then it just gets worse. So I just say...
it's kind of like how
leave it.
whenever I try to fix anything in my life, I just like pour gasoline onto the fire. I can't be a normal person, okay? I chipped my tooth on a falafel.
That's a normal person thing.
That's
It's
not
okay.
a normal person thing.
It's okay.
Most people don't even make falafels, actually.
Mm,
So
Well,
I
they
should be
should.
so lucky
they should.
that I chipped my tooth on a falafel. Well, thank you guys for watching.
And we will talk to
see
you
you
all
on
again
Saturday.
on Saturday. Thank you for the
Bye.
super chats. Whoa, another $5.
Oh my goodness, Jay.
No problem, Ericksons. Wow, thank you
Now
so
you're just
much.
flaunting your wealth.
Do I have a free super chat?
Do you?
I want to use it on ourselves.
How
Oh
do you
wait,
do it?
I'm logged in on Talks. Never mind.
So do you have to log out?
I don't know. We're wrapping up though. We got to eat some
We'll
dinner.
try it next time.
Bye guys.
Adios.